That didn't take long. Okay, looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom? The passage is freedom? Wait, wasn't it one of the choices earlier? I need to look back on that recording. Heh! Short and simple. Just as I said. Would you care to do honors, your highness? I would, my lady. I wonder, if I guessed it right, wouldn't this whole scenario change dramatically? Node, open the report entitled Economic Corruption, an overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of a mechanism which by Eikons corrupt and bind them to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of Aether and the soul. All of the soul, I don't know why side end. Said Aether ordinarily exists in Columbium, no one element bringing more pollen than another. But when a subject is exposed to the air of an Eikon, this changes their soul, taking on the properties of an entity in question. Like a Primo. By way of example, exposing of the air to a fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject Aether to become aligned with the element of Earth. As the consequences, the subject would attain heightened affinity with Earth aspect magic, as well as a preternatural level of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh, turning them into a monster. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes unbearably changed or stagnated during the processes. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the Eikon, the thoughts of whom comes to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupt soul becomes worshipper of the Eikon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned that the mechanism of the Eikon's corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we will succeed, albeit it a great cost. This will be very helpful. So having this thing protecting any other normal people from the Eikon being enslaved to the Primal or any Primal in particular is very helpful. But wonder what happened to the research then. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women, all fell victim to corruption. In accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. Ouch. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my imperatiness, I had been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be purged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record in hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of economic corruption. End recording. Man. So not even the Alleghenians were able to find a cure. Or rather, they were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder, what motivated Lord Amon's decision? I think that Lord Amon might have been working with the Primals, in doing so telling his nation not to proceed the research on how to shield oneself from being corrupted by the Primals. Because, I don't know, that's just me thinking. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet we are simply to ruminate the tempered soul. I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's financial fate. Indeed, it might well intensify it. No, we should somehow need to surpass the Primal's hold on the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining in thrall. It will only make them remember who they were. So there's no point in reviving their soul unless we can also restore their sense of self. Both sounds very good. Let's go with... It's hard to choose one or the other. If we could make them remember themselves who they are, or who they were. But of course, memory interference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bubbles, if you will. But adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limits the effort of only those memories that existed prior to the tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically down out the incitement of false faith which has come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. Their same sound and their experience of treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated into literally bloodletting. They did. You're right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I conceded that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basics for a cure. Then perhaps it is better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time, I believe we have a reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to stimulate magic, which leads me to believe it might be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we will be able to conduct years' worth of tests with a space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identify the password, but it would take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment will be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked this report behind the password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course? Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary would we keep it from a person's minded to look? No, you wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not like the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto was freedom to technology, or some sort. You two, round as many magical terminals as you find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief! things are about to get a little busy. Luckily, we have the help A. Nice. Okay, let us continue. Right, while Gatia and I configured the terminal, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Leave me the column to fuel the terminals and the ice shard to keep them cool. The more we have both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up the adventurers and go on a gathering spree. Thanks, Dr. Ru. In that case, I trust a tourist and Alisei with a Calarium. Here's a permissioning note for each of you. Thank you. Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the Curlium Processing Plant in Talon. The people will give you what you need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it is the same to you, I'll head to Talon. Alright, so looks like I'm going back to Ishgard. Ishgard Foundation. Speaking of Ishgard, I don't know how I can't remember the last time I went to Ishgard to do the Ishgard restoration, so I need to go back and do that. There's like a ton of items I want to get there as well. And also like buy those dye things to sell on the market board. Because those things sell like hotcakes on the market board. Either that or crafting those sky pirate armors. Those are also a good sell. Let's see, Kai Factory. Now, also, I really wish they'd give us notice on when they'll actually have Ishgard housing at some point. Just saying. Welcome back, Mistress Pendragon. How may I serve you this day? I have this Ironworks permissionary note, so can you give us our order? So you're after a Calarium. In that case, please present the note to our engineering at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Alright, go to the airship landing. Where exactly is that? Okay, I need to go to Ethereum Auditorium. Celerium, you come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you got the coin. Oh, I have this note. Would it qualify for, not me paying? Well now, a permission note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's good as gold to me. Oh! That's you don't see every day. Hi guys!
6カ国会議では会えなかったが、まさかここで君と再会できるとはな。
Indeed. So, how you been?
すでに聞いているかもしれないが、各名士たちはそれぞれ新たな蛮神対策に乗り出しているのだ。我がイシュガルドもバヌバヌ族の長老をお招きして今後の対応を話し合うところだよ。
Oh, that's nice.
帝国との戦いも最終局面を迎えようとしている今、エスティニアンの力も借りたいところだが、相変わらず根なし草でなかなか捕まらない。
Well, he is a hard man to find since he's trying to redeem himself for what he did in Heaven's Word, but at this point, honestly, I think he's done enough and he should return to your service.
石の家には少し前に顔を出したのだろう。次に会うことがあればよろしく伝えておいてくれ。
I'll do that.
ところで君はどういった要件でコードに？
Oh, the reason why I'm here? Well, I was tasked procuring some solarium for our computers for this very daunting processing power.
なるほど。テンパード化の治療。暁の考えることは途方もないな。万神対策の大きな助けにもなるだろう。となれば急ぎ気工房と掛け合ってなるべく多くの生輪数を用立てると。
Ah, Emmerich, you don't really need to do that, but if you're offering, might as well accept. But honestly, you don't need to do that for me. I have like this magical bag where you put everything in there.
輸送にはイシュガルドの飛空艇を使うといい。
Damn it, I didn't want to press that. I was looking at something else. God damn it, fingers. Well, it looks like things are in order. Take care, gang. See you soon. Unless there won't any complications getting the solarium that we need. Wow, look at all those stuff. Sid, you really outdone yourself. Oh, hi Dotru, and now let's see, why does she look so glum? Something happened? Oh, she's just tired of all the hard labor. Yeah.
二人ともお疲れさん。しかし私た手形以上の量があるようだが。そうか、アイメリク卿が助かるぜ。こっちも初期設定は無事に終わってる。術式やら何やら大変ではあったが、頼もしい助っ人が来てくれたからな。
Oh, Nero. It's good to see you again.
よう、久しぶりだな。テンパードの治療なんぞに興味はないが、アラグの連中ですらできなかったことをやるんだろう。だったら俺がいなくちゃ始まらない。そうだろう、ガロンド。
God damn it. Nero, I know you want the attention of Sid, but Sid is probably busy with other things.
それが請求書だけ置いてとんずらしたやつのセリフか。苦労して捕まえたんだ。うちの社員として給料分以上に働いてもらうぞ。 ま、他にも付き合ってやる理由はある。どこぞの未来では天才技術者たちが次元と時空を超える理論を確立したとか。功績の9割は俺様、1割がガーロンドってとこだろ。悪いが俺は未来の自分にだって負けるつもりはないんでね。この研究も踏み台にさせてもらう。なら俺は1割だけ。だがお前一人じゃたどり着けない1割を担うとしよう。はっ、勝手に言ってろ。そういえば視覚石を使っての治療、あの方法論も大いに参考になった。ミコトのエーテル学の知見は。
Oh, Mikoto. I'm pretty sure of those previous cutscenes with Sid and Mikoto. I think they had like, a little thing going on. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know.
さて、準備も無事に終わったことだ。シミュレーションを開始するぞ。問題なく始まったな。あとはこいつが術式を見つけるまで待つだけだ。お前はゆっくりしといてくれ。
Alright, Sid. I'll take you up on that offer. See you guys. Hope those calculations proved fruitful. That's not good. But if we do that, we'll lose all the simulation we've been up to. Well, is this going smoothly? God damn it, Nero. Ah. So much for that simulation. Maybe they should invest in the cooling fan.
大丈夫。消える前に術式は覚えた。これなら理論上はいけるはず。テンパード化の治療がきっとできる。
Yay! Even though that the whole simulation broke down, we found something. Thank God for Gatia's memory. We can actually have things done. Oh, photographic memory, those are the ones I was thinking of. Thank God, I remember that. Well, it won't run again, but at least it served its purpose, Wedge.
悪い。俺が止めるなって言ったから。
なに、構わないさ。時空超越理論には遠く及ばないが、テンパードの治療はきっとこの先の世界を変えるだろう。お前たちが紡ぐ新たな未来に貢献できたんだ。それに比べれば魔導端末なんて安いもんだぜ。
Ah, Wedge. At least that put back his spirit.
ありがとう。
さて、俺たちが協力できるのはここまでだ。あとはお前たちに任せたぞ。
Alright, Sid. You did your part, time to do ours.